Hello, welcome to the 9th chapter. In this section, I will talk about a few things that stick in my mind. If you want to read but cannot find the time, or if you say you start but cannot continue, my advice to you is to associate reading with another routine job. For example, I always read on the shuttle bus I use for going to work. Reading while traveling by a shuttle can bother many people, but if you can get used to it, which is what I did, you will be making use of a very important time wasted. It is much more beneficial to spend this time reading a book rather than looking at the same buildings and trees every day on the way to work or school. Do not make excuses by saying that I am busy or my stomach is upset. Force yourself a little. After a few tries, you will find that you will not feel any discomfort anymore. Or think of something else you routinely do every day. For example, before sleep, after dinner, before sports. You can connect your reading time to before or after, whichever you can connect to. If you can continue for a while, it will become a habit and you will feel incomplete if you do not read in the time period you have determined. I would also like to touch on the issue of reading several books at the same time. Of course it can be done. I remember reading 5 books at the same time for a period. You can follow a different series every day of the week, right? You don't get confused. Then of course you can read several books at the same time. If you are a fast reader and can spare enough time, it's fine. But if not, I don't think it's very efficient. I talked about this a little bit in the 3rd chapter, but I buy and read my books one by one. I recommend that you do the same. Listening to audiobooks is actually enjoyable too, but one can involuntarily get distracted and think about other thoughts while listening to it, albeit for a moment. At least that's what happens to me. When the ears are in the book, but the eyes are elsewhere, it's difficult to focus. That's why I don't prefer it. Sometimes I also read ebooks, especially if I can find books that have not yet been published in my language or whose original language has not come to our country. I read them as ebooks. I also buy it in print if I think it should be in my library. There are many applications that can be installed on phones and tablets to read ebooks. In this section, I have given advice on a few issues that came to my mind. I hope that will be useful.